Hello everybody and welcome back to Talk of the Traitors.
Hey, we're back so soon.
Back so soon, but in a way I was saying to you, like, Celebrity Traitors was great and we loved it, but it was its own beast. Mm-hmm. And it does feel like it's been a while since we've had some hot traitors action. Poor choice of phrase, but it's great to be back in the regular castle.
It is. Do you know what? Being introduced to a whole new group of people is very fun.
It is its own thing, and it does add dimensions to the show that you don't have with familiar faces. Although, of course, there is one unfamiliar face this time. A secret face, which we will get to.
I feel like we've got to... I mean, that is the big thing. It's the big thing they've been teasing. There's a secret traitor. They're really keen to keep this game fresh.
Straight off the bat, yes or no, do you like the secret traitor?
Yes, I do like the secret traitor. I like, as they kept saying, there's a hierarchy and there's someone above them. And that's actually quite fun. I don't see it having longevity throughout the game because, as we've already seen, there's 3 people who they now know aren't a secret traitor. But I am enjoying it. Are you?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it too. I think it's a good idea. I think it's probably going to be like a mid-season reveal because you are just going to be able to work it out eventually.
Yes.
I think it's good because it solves or addresses one of the key criticisms or critiques of the game, which is that the traitors basically have too much power.
Absolutely.
And the faithfuls are kind of useless. Because now you could say, well, the secret traitor has loads of power, but not really because there's only one of them.
Agreed. If you're not working in a group and there's not a group of you to protect you, because traitors do usually protect the group.
Yes.
For at least the first week or so.
No, I think usually for most of the game.
Yeah, until it's time to throw people under the bus.
Exactly.
But they usually look out for their own, whereas working alone is tough.
Yeah, I mean, really, one of the main advantages of being a traitor is not even the knowledge of who the traitors are. It's just that you have built-in teammates.
Absolutely. Who know and trust you.
Exactly.
Well, to a degree. They trust that they know what you are.
Yes.
Do you think Fiona is the secret traitor?
We've talked a lot about the clever editing on this show, about who they want you to look at and not look at. I mean, there were a few people in the background of this episode that we were like, who is that? And it's like, well, they'll be featured later. Fiona was someone that very much was in the crosshairs of the camera, was in the crosshairs of conversation. And I feel like that's maybe a little deliberate on the show's part.
They very deliberately put in the clip of her being confused about the challenge. I think,
doing a little smirk.
Yeah, it was that to be like, oh, we'll see, she's trying to throw people off. Look, I think it would be too obvious, Fiona. Fiona, I will say, has taken my heart. Obviously, she's a Swansea gal.
Yes.
I really have enjoyed her this episode. I don't think she is the secret traitor.
Look, we've already had one older, sweet Welsh lady who turned out to be deceptive on the traitors. But also, like, I do think she's maybe laying it on a bit thick. They're like, I don't know how anything works.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, you probably do. You got on the show.
They only left in one clip of someone saying that they wanted to be a faithful, which I think is interesting from the edit. It was Jade. There is a good chance she said, I think I would be an excellent faithful, but I'd also be a great traitor. And they cut that part out because we've been seeing lots of little clips of Jade. And the secret traitor, they need someone who is so strong to be able to do this alone. My guess is that it will be a woman, just based on we've got 2 men, 1 woman. I think Jade could be a good shout for the secret traitor.
But again, is the show making you think that? Because the show did a lot of sneaky little cuts to her, shots of her looking worried. There was 1 or 2 mentions of her name. I think that's a bit of a red herring. I think that's the show being cleverer than you give it credit for, maybe. Because the show sometimes is like, here's an obvious person, here's a less obvious person, but it's always person number 3.
That's a good point. Like, there are lots of people who we are not seeing, who we didn't find out what they wanted to be. So is it just one of these people who we're not seeing?
I was quite surprised how many people wanted to be a traitor. Usually there's like a bit of a mix of people who want to be faithful.
Well, they only left in clips of all of the people who desperately wanted to be a traitor.
It was seemingly everyone, though. It was crazy.
Who do you think then is the most likely secret traitor?
At this point, I mean, boring answer, but I think it's almost impossible to tell. But I think it could be someone like, I haven't learned all the names yet, but you know the guy who's like the builder?
Yeah.
Like someone we didn't see very much of. I think it's going to be someone that we haven't really met yet.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be one of these big prominent characters.
Yeah, I think as long as the secret traitor lasts a good couple of rounds, then we're not going to get to know them probably until a couple of rounds later, right? If they're too obvious now, people will work it out. So as long as they don't get banished, they're all good.
Yeah, you have to look at who the producers of the show reckon can make it pretty far.
Exactly.
And actually,
Amanda would be an amazing choice, the detective.
Yes.
Because I think she is confident, and a detective probably mostly works alone.
But also Jade, as you said.
Yeah.
Is she likely to get banished? This is the question. I don't think they would banish Jade. She's like, young people and amiable people usually aren't in the crosshairs as much.
I agree, because they tend to be quieter and less forceful with their opinion, which means they last a bit longer.
Yes.
However, I don't think people are saying Jade.
Interesting.
What percentage of the British public do you think got duped by Traitors tonight in thinking that they were the secret traitor? Because the filming of Claudia talking to camera, like, my friend texted me and she was like, wait, how's it going to work if we're the secret traitors and this was pre-recorded? And I was like, no.
You know what I thought it was? For a hot second, I even said this to you. I thought it was because you can press the red button sometimes.
Yes. You went, they're doing the red button thing.
Which also, like, in this day and age, is there even a red button anymore? We're watching on iPlayer. Is there a red button? But I thought, oh, maybe there's an interactive element. My heart sunk a little bit at the idea that we might be the secret traitor. I was really glad. Just because that would be boring. I want it to be this.
Yeah.
But it seems like a lot of people, well, 2 people, us and your friend, thought this.
I think the way that they filmed it was just slightly odd, because, like, Claudia was not talking to anyone in those clips, was she? She was talking to us. It would have made more sense if we'd had, like, a shot of her just talking to someone with them cut out.
You know the bit where Claudia supposedly tapped the secret traitor?
Yes.
I think that was a specially filmed bit of extra footage.
100%.
Because there are people who would look at that and you could probably work out where in the room she stood.
Absolutely.
And you could look at the footage and you could work out all that stuff. It's the same when they show shots of the secret traitor walking down the hallway.
That's someone from production in a cloak, right?
That's like a runner. That's like someone's kid who was visiting set. Because I looked at it and I was like, I think that might be a man.
Yeah, you said that immediately.
It's quite a broad-shouldered person. But then also I was like, but it's probably not any of the contestants.
I mean, I thought the exact same. I don't think that's the secret traitor walking around. Well, we're the secret traitor.
We are, of course. If I understand correctly. Episode 1, we got a family reveal.
But Ross is.
You know what that says to me? It says we have more reveals on the way.
I think so. We need to talk about, how do Netty and Ross know each other? They left in them recognizing each other, and then they're just like fumbling through saying, we had a mutual friend 10 years ago. Do you think they like dated?
Here's the thing. If I met someone casually 10 weeks ago, there's a good chance I might not remember who they are. The idea that you casually knew someone a decade ago and would fully both remember each other, they must have had some, I'm not saying they like were married, but they must have some kind of like relationship. They must have had some kind of actual friendship or something.
But why didn't they explain it when everyone was asking around that seated area? They were just like, we knew each other 10 years ago.
Do you know what it
How?
is? I think it's either they're both lying about their job and they had some sort of cool job together. Do you think they were both in a hostage situation together? And one was the hostage and one was the hostage taker.
That's a good point, you know. If you were going in there doing a lie, that could have messed things up.
Well, I think in that situation, I would have been a lot more like Ross than Netty. You know how Ross was like, calm it down.
Shut
Because I
up.
think it puts an immediate...
Target, yeah.
Yeah.
They've got any sort of alliance people don't like.
Yes.
If people are too close, they'll get one of them out because they're a team. No
Exactly.
one wants people to have teams, especially if you're a team of 2, because you're so powerful, because there's such a strong bond and trust there, right?
And we already noticed a little bit of them working together,
Well,
seemingly.
she said, I can't put his thing in the coffin. She's doing everything wrong. I'm sorry,
She
but
is, yeah.
you shouldn't be going out on a whim for something like that. You just need to leave it.
I know. Even if it's just innocent, and it almost certainly is her being nice, this early in the game, you can't be showing any kind of weird bias because people have nothing to go on.
Yeah.
So they'll just go on that. Can we just talk about the choice of traitors? First of all, Hugo. I was very surprised that Hugo got chosen because he is seemingly the most obvious traitor in the world.
Hard agree. He is someone. He's a barrister. He's not lying about being a barrister. He also seems like a little bit posh, and they
Yes.
tend not to like people who are a little bit posh and maybe seem like, you know, he's well read and stuff. It's like he'll know too much.
Yeah, but he's also like a posh, blustery, middle-aged man, he's outspoken. These are all the things that like count against you.
Maybe they think that, you know, there's been so many series now and people are going to like double guess.
Yes, now the least obvious thing to do is the most obvious thing.
Right.
Or he's just a bit of a sacrificial lamb. Maybe they want them to get a traitor out.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe because, celebs, it took such a long time.
Yeah, it's not as good of a show if they never get a traitor out. So maybe they've thrown an obvious traitor in there.
He's, a lamb to slaughter.
It did crack me up that one of the first things he said was jury's out. It's like, this guy really is a lawyer.
I think he sat down and wrote lots of lines for this. He keeps coming out with lots of different things. I think a lot of them did, actually. A lot of them keep coming out with one-liners that I think you've thought about this.
The lady who is the crime writer, I've not learned all their names yet.
Yeah.
Literally the first thing she said was, Chapter 1?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, come on.
I know.
I mean, I would do the same. Actually, here's what I meant to ask you about. No influencers on this year's Traitors.
No influencers. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because, I mean, Harry obviously won.
Yes.
And he had a semi-following. He has, like, a famous girlfriend.
Did he have, but that was after, right?
No.
Oh, was that during?
I think he had a girlfriend, and Paul has a wife who is huge on Instagram. So a lot of people had connections. You never know. There might be people in there who have connections to people who are in these kinds of worlds, and we just don't know it yet. Or maybe Hugo is a huge barrister influence and we just don't know him. Who else have we got traitors-wise? We've got Rachel.
So Rachel's clearly the kind of queen of traitors. She's the kind of de facto leader. I think Hugo thinks he's the leader, but I think Rachel's clearly the leader.
Oh yeah, Rachel's smart. Also, I think Rachel does seem to be playing it well on the outside, as she's not playing dumb.
No.
But I think she just is likable.
I think playing dumb is a common mistake traitors make.
Yes.
I think it's actually a huge tell if you're like, I just don't know anything.
Yeah.
I don't even know what game I'm playing.
Yeah.
That's not how faithfuls act.
Anyone who plays dumb or anyone who is too quiet, like when we played it, you know, people who are silent were suspicious.
We played a fake game of Traitors. We weren't on
Yeah.
Hannah and I were on Traitors Algeria. She also did a good job of seeming a little bit hurt when she saw that her coffin was in the grave.
But not too hurt.
Not to her. Almost like she was trying to like steel herself and be like, come on, you're on TV.
I would have lost my shit. I was thinking about it and I was thinking, we got off the boat and we were like the second people to put a coffin in, and I had been first, and they'd put my coffin in the ground. I would have taken that so badly. And it made me think, like, thank God I'm not on reality TV or didn't do anything like that, because like the hurt, and I wouldn't believe that my name was closest. I would sulk. I would find it so painful that someone would do that.
How could you be so self-aware and yet you would still do this?
I would. I just know. I know, because it's like picking sports teams and like your last pick. Not that ever happened to me. I was actually quite good at sports.
I'll cover this one. Well, look,
But love, tell them about your experience.
no, but look, Hannah and I played a fake game of Traitors with TikTok, which is us and a bunch of other influencers. No money on the line, no cameras, and immediately, even in that, the pressure was unbelievable. And you take it all so personally.
Yeah.
You can't help it. The second I got accused, it's like, ow, it is a little bit personal. So, I mean, something like that, especially if you were one of the first coffins in.
I think everyone took it really well, though.
Yeah. I mean, Rachel was delighted, of course, because it's so simple. Like, that associates her with being murdered.
Yes.
And that means, well, she can't be a traitor because she
was up for murder.
Up for murder, even though that doesn't cancel out. But it's just, you make those, like, casual assumptions in your head. Can I ask you a question?
No.
Everyone, when they have the little sit-down interview with Claudia, everyone does the same thing. They say two things. One, my job happens to be the most perfect job in the world. You know, my job as a nursery technician means I'm... Whatever. The second thing everyone always says is, I'm really good at reading people.
Yeah.
Do you think you're good at reading people? What does that mean?
I think I don't know, I'm pausing for too long to be someone who thinks that they're good at reading people. I don't think I've ever thought I'm great at reading people. Like, sometimes you go and you meet someone and you think, God, they're like a drag.
Yeah.
But that's not me reading them. I'm like, you are a drag. Like, you know, like you're at an event and it's fun and someone's just like bringing the mood down, you know, probably going through their own things. But you're just like, I don't think I like meet someone and... Because what is there to read?
Well, this is what I'm saying. Everyone just very casually throws out this phrase of like, I'm great at reading people. But I had the same thought of like, I've never considered whether I'm good at reading people. But also, what does that mean? Does that mean I can meet a stranger and think, they've got a secret?
No,
this person's lying.
I think it would be like, you would meet me and I would be like so kind. I'd be like, I love your hair. And then behind your back, I'd be like, that's the ugliest fucking hair I've ever seen in my life.
Behind your back. That's how you said it.
I think, and you would be like, I think she's two-faced. And I would be two-faced. Is that what it is? Because I don't think I'm any good at stuff like that. I'm like, they seem nice.
I'm just finding it hard to imagine a situation where someone would ever say that about my hair.
I don't really know. What is there to read?
I guess it's just fakeness. Like, can you read fakeness? And I like to think I can, but then I'm like, well, how would I know? Because I may have missed it loads of times.
But also, I don't think we ever go home and we're like, they seem really fake.
No.
So maybe we're just missing all the fakeness.
Like, I feel like I can read you very well, but that's because I spend every waking minute with you.
Well, watch your cards.
Watch your cards.
I'm
going to watch my cards.
I'm not very good at reading people. I don't understand what there is to read. People who this seem are good, funny, or just like not for me.
That's barely a sentence. I'm going to give you some facial expressions. You try and read them. Ready?
No. Right. Here's some notes I made on this episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a nice day when they film the train scene.
What do you mean? It's always sunny?
Yeah.
Do you think they've got a weather machine?
Well, I think they must just wait for a nice day. Amanda going, I found all the baddies my whole life and now it's time to be one. Like, they came in with prepared sentences.
Well, Hugo going, I may have a hug in my name.
Terrible.
Because you know his full name is Hugo Huggington.
No, he said it. That's such a bad joke. He said it and I went, what's his name? And you went, Hugo. And
that's got hug in it.
that does have hug in it.
She should have said, I've been catching the baddies my whole life, but won't stop me from being a baddie.
I ain't never been with a baddie.
She's never been with a baddie. Now she's going to be a baddie.
Someone also said the Jekyll and Hyde line, which was bad as well.
They were really focusing, as in they, the producers, the show, the cameras, were focusing a lot on Amanda. Is that just because she's the detective character in this?
I guess so. Or, I will say, I think Amanda would make an absolutely excellent secret traitor because you just need someone so strong and smart and good on their own. That said, we are focusing on her, I think, a bit too much.
It's too obvious, I think. I think it will really be one of these...
Yeah, it'll be like Matt or Adam or these people whose names we don't know.
Who's Matt?
I don't know. Is there a Matt in there? There's so many men.
There's a lot of men.
There's so many men, and I'm getting lost amongst the men. So the traitors are trying to hunt the one secret traitor to get them, and I assume to like out them to the group, get them banished, so that then they take back full control of the game. And then do you think there'll be a recruitment for or Claudia will choose another secret traitor? Or do you think once the secret traitor is found, they are done?
Yeah, I think the secret traitor, mathematically or whatever, will have to be revealed like halfway through because they'll just work out from all the shortlists who it can't be, right?
But you don't know that the secret traitor is always going to be giving the shortlists.
I think I think that's established as like that's just how it's going to work, right? I think that's how it's going to work throughout the series.
I don't know, but then that feels unfair because it'll only take, a couple of rounds and then they'll be able to work it out, no?
Yeah, but that's still quite an advantage for that one player.
Yeah.
But yeah, then once the traitors know who they are, it does feel a bit like 3-on-1. That's going to be pretty tough.
If I was a traitor, I would use finding the secret traitor to my advantage. So I would be just throwing out theories, bar obviously the traitors, and use it as a weapon to speak about people. So think as someone who's looking for someone. I actually think it's quite a good position to be in.
What do you mean? Use it as a psychological tool for yourself?
Yeah, because you can be speaking freely about theories about who you think it is. And just think of it as like there's one traitor in the game.
Yeah.
Let's chit-chat about who it is.
You can basically put yourself in the mind of a kind of faithful.
Essentially you can, because you are hunting someone too. There's something you don't know.
It's interesting to think about, like, and I can't really think this far ahead, but like how you could win as the secret traitor. Because you'd have to somehow basically defeat... But I guess the secret traitor ultimately could team up with one of the normal traitors and share the money.
Yes.
They're all traitors.
Yes.
The cloaks may be different colours, but they're ghouls or they're seen.
Yeah, you're right. If they made it that far, then they could be friends.
The great thing about the secret traitor is that it puts to bed the thing everyone would say that I found mildly annoying, where people would go, I think they should do a traitors where no one knows who the traitor is, not even the audience. And I think immediately you can see how boring that would be for the viewers. Like, it would be something to watch, but like, I think this is way better where you have a little bit of spice of one person you don't know. But I think watching a whole series where you didn't know who any of the traitors were, you're just waiting for the end to find out.
Yes, and also, well, they do it with the mole and it works quite well.
Sure.
But I think, the edit is just going to try and throw you off who it is, and then you're going to feel annoyed that you didn't maybe get it.
Yeah, and ultimately everything is building up to a 30-second reveal at the end of however many episodes.
Yeah.
the fun of knowing who the traitors are is that you get all the, moment to moment. It's so funny though, because I was so thrilled about this secret traitor thing and like trying to work it out. And I'm thinking to myself, like, but I'm normally thrilled by this show that doesn't have a secret traitor. What am I normally thrilled by? And I guess it's just the normal twists and turns.
Yeah. We should also talk about the final traitor, Stephen.
Last but not least, because actually 3 very strong personalities.
Agreed.
When I said that Rachel was the leader, I immediately thought, well, Stephen's also a bit of a leader. They all think they're the leader.
Stephen's a leader in fashion.
Well, it was funny when he arrived and Hugo went, the most stylish traitor. And it's like, Rachel's right there.
Yeah. Possibly the first openly gay traitor that we've had.
On UK Traitors.
Yes.
Off the top of my head, I can't remember.
I don't want to do a Sam Smith. Possibly, maybe we're...
It's a Sam Smith and it's like, no, every single traitor has been.
I don't know. Maybe?
Yeah, maybe, but... It's nice to think that might be true.
Yes.
I don't know. I think Sam seems a little nervous. There was a bit where
It's
Sam...
not his name.
Oh, sorry.
Steve.
Sorry, you put Sam Smith in my head.
Stephen.
Sorry.
Bear with us while we work out names.
Technical difficulties. I think Stephen already looks a little bit like he's sweating. There was a bit where Stephen was talking to Amanda, the detective, and he was flushed bright red. And I was a bit like, is he going to hold this together?
I think he looked stressed when that guy round the circle was like, the person who I think is a traitor is in this room. And then I think he looked a bit stressed, but you would be stressed.
Yeah.
I think he could do well. I like him.
I like him too.
All right, there's 3 people up for murder tonight. We don't really know any of them. Obviously, we've got Netty, who has this slightly strange thing with Ross.
Yep.
She's the biggest character out of the 3. We will see.
Maz isn't my acquaintance from 10 years ago, but Ross is.
And that brings us to the end of episode 1.
Of Talk of the Traitors. It's so good to be back. I bloody love this show.
Me too.
I love talking about this show with
It's
you,
an
Hannah.
adrenaline rush, isn't it? It's
is.
like doing drugs.
It's like what I imagine drugs must be like. We didn't mention this up top, which we really should have, but this is a video episode. So if you've not been watching this in video form,
You could have.
you could watch it in video form on Spotify and YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm Benedict Townsend.
And I've been Hannah Townsend.
Make sure to follow to get all the newest episodes first.
Bye. Love you.
Love you, bye.